From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Hello everyone and welcome to Local Point. I'm your host David Gale and for Chris Piner today. And on today's show we're going to welcome TJ Batty and Collett from the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus. They're here to discuss their upcoming Christmas concert. Welcome guys, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Maybe we should start off by just giving a little bit of background information about what the UBOC, for those of you who don't know, that's the shortened version of it, the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus, what exactly it is, how it came to be. Give us some history here.
All right, back in 2012, beginning of 2013, they had a Dean's Council retreat for the Utah State University.
Right.
And during that Dean's Council, Debbie Spafford and Boyd Edwards started to conjure up, could we ever get a music program to come in to Vernal? Okay. The answer for that, for the school to have a music program in the Uintah Basin, to be a full-on degree is very minimal.
Sure.
And they started to talk about, well, what happens if we had an orchestra? And then it grew into having a chorus with that orchestra. And then Dr. Mike Bankhead, who is the Dean of Music out at USU, and a friend of Boyd Edwards got involved. And they decided that this needed to be an audition orchestra and chorus. So that ups the level of musicianship that's required.
Sure.
And we had our first concert, the Christmas of 2013, and it turned out to be a phenomenal success. And there was so much energy and enthusiasm for the program, we all knew that this would be something that would continue on for years to come. Since then, Dr. Bankhead has continued to be our arts specialist for the board, and he has helped us to select other guest conductors to come out and conduct this wonderful group. This spring we had Craig Jessup and Mac Wilberg come out and conduct from the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. And this Christmas we will be having Dr. Bankhead, who will be the guest conductor, and we will be doing Tchaikovsky's music, the Christmas music that he wrote, and as well as a melody of Christmas carols.
Okay.
And so
let's back up. I got questions about what's coming up in the concert that's here at the beginning of December, but basically what I understood was that Utah State was looking for the possibility of integrating maybe an orchestra or a chorus under the school itself, and they thought, well, instead of having it be a class or part of the school, maybe we should make it community-wide.
Right.
And that's where we're at with it now.
Yes.
So does Utah State still have anything to do with it, or is it...
Yes, they certainly do. Boyd Edwards, who is the dean of the extension out here, USU has helped us so much with a little bit financially and, of course, with connections.
Right.
To have them as a sponsor and as an endorser, that gives us as a board and as an organization a little bit of we're backed by this wonderful college. This is how good we're going to be.
And then those that are attending USU, or maybe even it's our teachers who are getting additional credits to USU, they can get credits for performing with the orchestra and chorus.
So we can still get credits out of the situation. That's neat.
Yeah.
So when we made it a community-wide endeavor, though it auditioned, we live in what a lot of people around here might think is maybe not as cultured as Salt Lake City or some bigger areas. We're oil field. But it seems to me that maybe the worry of having people actually show up and the talent here, what was the result of that? Obviously we had the talent.
Yes, we certainly had the talent. And there's something special about being out here in the rural area. Those who have the talent, they cherish this organization. Whereas if you're in Salt Lake, there are 4 or 5, maybe even 6 orchestras and choruses that you can go in and join. But here we're the only one. And people cherish this. And I've noticed that, and people are just yearning for an opportunity to perform with a really good amateur or semi-professional group.
How many people are in the orchestra and the chorus?
We have about 90 musicians in the orchestra.
Wow.
And, all auditioned. And Dr. Bankhead is the man who does those auditions. And it doesn't matter who you are, if you're not good enough, you don't make it in. And that's one of the benefits of having Dr. Bankhead on board is Boyd Edwards and Carla Clevenger and Debbie Spafford. They didn't want to have to be the ones that said, "You've been my neighbor for years."
Exactly.
And so it's all up to him. And
the chorus is 160.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It started off at 80 the first concert, and then now it's up to 160. So we had to purchase more risers, more shells on the back. The sound system is amazing now, and so it's incredible. I mean, Boyd Edwards is an accomplished violinist. His wife was an accomplished French hornist.
Yes.
And their daughter plays with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir and with the orchestra at Temple Square. Well, she comes out and plays with them. We have a clarinetist that has played for the orchestra at Temple Square. We have it is absolutely amazing. And Craig Jessup and Mac Wilberg, who live around professionals, they were blown away with the talent that was here in the Uintah Basin. And we're talking about Uintah Basin. We're talking about from Roosevelt, Duchesne, and anybody that's wanting to come and do the practices and that they're accepted into it. And so it's been absolutely amazing. I mean, those that have attended are just blown away with the quality that's coming from us, our little town.
Here in the Uintah Basin.
Right.
Well, I've got a lot more questions for you about the practices and about what we can expect to see here in the near future. So after the break, stay with us. We'll be right back to talk more about UBOC's upcoming Christmas concert. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
These days, we all want more speed. And right now at Strata Networks, that's exactly what you're going to get. For a limited time, upgrade your current internet package and get faster speeds at no additional cost for 90 days. That's right. Browse, stream, and download faster with speeds up to 50 megabits per second. Call us today to get your free speed boost. Only from Strata Networks. Restrictions apply. See store for details. Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Welcome back to Local Point. Before the break, we were discussing the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus, and we were talking about your upcoming performance for the winter season. When is it? And tell me again what we're performing.
It'll be on December 5th, which is a Saturday. Our first performance will be at 2 o'clock in the Roosevelt Junior High.
Okay.
And then we'll have an evening performance here in Vernal at the Vernal Middle School, so the one on First South, at 7:30.
Same day.
Yes.
That's a lot of singing and playing all at one
It really
time.
is. You will have a lot of tired musicians that day.
But I understand that the Vernal one sold out pretty quick, right?
Yes, it was sold within 3 days online. All the tickets.
So now you've got Roosevelt left if you want to be able to see it.
Yes. Yes.
Worth going to, obviously.
Yes. It certainly will
And
be.
what pieces are we performing?
We're going to be performing the Many Moods of Christmas, which is a medley of Christmas carols. Then we'll also be performing Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite.
During this time, that music, you might even not realize how well you know that music, but trust me, you do. So, I've actually wanted to be a part of this. I enjoy singing, and I've always been afraid of the time commitment. So tell me, what kind of work goes into being able to pull off such an enormous feat? What are the rehearsals and practices like?
When we were organizing this, one of the goals was not to burden the musicians with like a weekly rehearsal.
Okay.
And so we only have a handful of rehearsals where we come together as a group to rehearse everything.
Okay.
Most of the practice will be done by yourself. If you're a vocalist, we have the music online for you to sing along with. And for a musician, a string player, we also have sectionals that are put together by the groups, like first violin, second violins, so that
Okay.
way it can be more accommodating for people's times.
Wow. So you have this whole technological support system just to get people so that when they show up for a real practice, meaning when everybody's there,
Yes.
they already know what they're doing.
Yes.
This spring, when Craig Jessup showed up, he was absolutely blown away with the quality. I mean, he made several comments that this is his first practice with us. He said, I'm not going to be talking about basic choir stuff with you folks. You already know the music, you're prepared. He says, I'm going to be tweaking things that I would with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. He says, you guys are that prepared. And he said that over and over again.
Wow.
And he was absolutely blown away that we came all prepared, all 160 of us ready to sing Mac Wilberg's pieces. We did 16 of his pieces, of his arrangements, and just knocked it out of the park.
Wow.
And for them to compliment us was just incredible, because
Right.
we'll never live close enough to Salt Lake to sing in the Motab,
Right.
but they really complimented us on our quality in that because of the effort and that. But we were able to do it at home and do it in our sectionals and come prepared for these professionals to feel like it's worth their while to come and conduct us and bring us to another level.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been incredible.
I've heard nothing but just amazing things about the performances. Now you've got this one that's coming up December. How often do you perform during the year?
Currently, we just have 2 performances. We
Okay.
have a Christmas program, and we have one in early spring. Our next concert will come up in March.
Okay.
And we'll be doing a lot of American, we're calling it Americana.
Okay.
And so we'll be doing a little bit of Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue.
Yeah.
Jackie King will be our solo pianist on
Okay.
that, and quite a few other American arrangements.
So do you have room for more musicians, more singers?
Yes, we certainly. There's always room for the best. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
And there are people that we have choir members that the husband and wife have auditioned, tried out and made it, but they don't feel like both of them can do it all the time. So the husband will do spring and the wife will do Christmas, and sometimes schedules kind of interfere, so somebody will step down for a while. Once you try out and make auditions, then you're always in.
Okay.
So you always can come back, but
Sure.
but there's always a few that get busy and can't do this one, but will want to do the next one, and so there's room, especially men vocalists.
Yes.
A little harder to come by.
A little
Yes.
harder to come by. And
When
so-
are the next auditions? Do we have auditions set up for this spring concert?
Yes, on December 4th are the next auditions, and so
wow.
go
Coming
in
up.
to that uboc.org,
Okay.
and there's a tab on there that says auditions, and it will give you the paperwork that you need to fill out, and the time will be given to you. to come
Okay,
show up and audition.
uboc.org.
Yes.
Put your information in. Could you also go there to find tickets for this upcoming concert?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
There's a tickets tab as well.
And again, that concert December 5th,
Yes.
which is a Saturday. Vernal's sold out. You can still make it into Roosevelt. You audition, and then you've got 4 rehearsals before March.
Yep.
And the performance in March, and then you
Yep.
do it all over again.
Yep.
What a great gem, just a treasure to have here in the Basin, and an outlet for people who have these talents and skills that wouldn't be able to do it elsewhere. It's great, and I'm looking forward to seeing the show, and I appreciate you guys coming in. Anything else? You feeling pretty good? You guys ready for this concert?
We're ready. He
All
plays
excited?
the bass, I sing tenor, and it's sounding awesome.
That's good.
And so we're very excited. It'll be a wonderful concert.
Yes. You
Everybody
won't
will
forget
enjoy
it.
it. Yep.
It's even worth the drive to Roosevelt if you're here.
Yeah, that's a hop, skip, and a jump. That's nothing for us. So, all
It's
right.
middle of the day too, so.
Cool. Thank you guys again for coming, and thank you, of course, for all joining us on this episode of Local Point. That's all we have time for today's show. Be sure to like VTV6 on Facebook for updates on your favorite local programming, and we'll see you here next time.